A picture-perfect afternoon for EA Sports College Football. The crowd has this place jumping already. The Colonel's ready to put toe to leather, and here we go. On the run from inside his own 5. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. And here's the guy they want to feed, this senior running back. And we'll see 2 guys who can flat pick up yardage on the ground in this one.
And man, oh man, if times change, where you're seeing 2 senior running backs go at it, right? Like back in the day, oh, you got so many hits, you got so many takes on the body. Well, NIL, these guys are getting paid a little bit better. These 2 guys, been around the block, Palmer. We know who they are. We know what they are. And I know this means a lot. Who wants to show off the most and say, hey, wait a minute, we started talking about NFL draft? Remember, I showed this guy up. Like, our team won, I had the better then.
Yeah, and both of these guys are going to get their touches in this game. Make no mistake about it. Both offenses are predicated on the ability to control the line of scrimmage and run the football. And what I like about these 2 guys, they are home run hitters. Don't blink. It takes one play, and they can go the distance. This is going to be a lot of fun to watch.
And just went with something very easy, very reliable. Flip it forward. Let your receiver do the rest. I only got to get a few yards. Nice job. Nice execution. First down.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. It's complete. He'll be forced out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 44-yard line, and this offense has it going.
One of the nice things about RPOs is that it's a slow-developing mesh between the QB and running back, and that allows these receivers time to get vertically downfield and work their routes. You saw it right there on that play.
From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole.
And we kind of wondered coming into this game, did they want to run it up the middle? Did they want to run it near that big fella at defensive tackle? Because he's a grown man, makes plays all over the field. They try him early. I wonder if they'll keep trying it, because we haven't seen a lot of people week in and week out that has been able to block that big fella.
They'll run play action. Finds his big tight end. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, first and 10. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down. Following the completion, we get a stoppage to check out the injured player. That appears to be their junior starting wide receiver, someone they obviously do not want to lose. Holly Rowe will keep us up to date on his situation. To the air on second down. That's reeled in. It's DeMarco. Across the 25, he's got room. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
We knew this offense wanted to come out here and let it rip through the air. This QB is in a beautiful rhythm early. Nice job with his footwork and his eyes, and he completes a big one there. Get this offense humming.
The huge play got him on the porch, but now they got a kick in the door. A first down run on the doorstep. And he hammers his way in for a touchdown.
And you can't draw it up any better. How do you shut a home crowd up? One of the best crowds in college football, you come in on the first drive and you handle your business. You get in the end zone. Palmer, this place was going absolutely berserk, and strangely, one possession in, it got really quiet.
That was really impressive from an execution standpoint, too. Obviously, you script those plays on your first possession. You practice them all week. It was so important, especially in this game, because you're right. This is one of the most hostile environments in all of college football. We've seen these fans, when they get rolling, it's like a tidal wave, and they just engulf teams and take games over. Great job by the offense early, executing and quieting this crowd down.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. And here's the return. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And this running game might have a huge advantage when they get to the second level of this defense, David.
Well, and this is a big challenge. Like, you're overmatched. You understand this guy is a top-shelf player, and I'll be honest, this defense has kind of struggled a little bit this season, but this individual matchup, you got to get him on the ground. You got to find a way to corral him, slow him down. He can't be the game wrecker. If that's the case, it's going to be too easy for this offense.
And if you're on offense, you got to be thinking, let's dominate in the trenches and let's get our star running back into the second level against this linebacker. We've got an athletic advantage at that position. So if we can free him up into the second level of this defense, make him make guys miss, those are going to be explosive plays for the offense.
That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
It's really easy to say the word RPO and say I'm going to run them, but you got to make those decisions and you got to make them fast. You can't get confused by all the craziness that's going on, by all the guys moving around or talking. Nice job by the quarterback, staying in the moment, seeing it, throwing the slant, making sure he makes the right decision.
Caught, and he's got room. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41.
The offense making a statement early in this game. They're going to open the entire playbook, and they're going to show this defense so many different looks and try to keep them on their heels. I love that play call. You could see the defense wasn't sure what was going on.
And it's the Colonels will snap it on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, the inside give.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Back to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Hill. He's really close to that 1st down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
Well, they execute the in route. Now, how about the arm strength by the QB? That was an absolute bullet on that completion.
A 3rd down play coming from the 32 as they try to keep the drive going. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Right on the money. They are on the move as they pick up the 1st down. They'll spot it at the 28.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on 3rd down. If you're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot, get the ball out of your hands quickly, make an accurate throw, and pick up the 1st. Well done.
Wide receiver going in motion. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
Well, you just sort of felt like this defense had to do something to get this quarterback out of a rhythm, right? He's been picking them apart all drive long, and finally they come up with a sack.
Really need to pick up some yardage this time on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Oh, they're after him. Makes the grab down the middle. Knocked down to the tackle.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Ball's at the 22. Third and short coming. Can the defense force him to settle for a field goal? Quick release on the RPO. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. They were banking on the yards after the catch, but that went into the negative column.
Yeah, and I'm banking on the ball coming out quick. When I'm a defense and understanding third and short, understand they're going to throw the ball really quickly, try to make a play. The defense knew it, broke on the football, made a nice...
Unleashes one deep. Can't complete the long throw, and the defense gets off the field on fourth down. Looking downfield on first down. It's complete.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
Lining up from the 34 on first down. Wants to throw it again, and why not? He'll pull it down, and he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Here comes the option. Fights off a defender. He just has a nose for those little crevices to be able to find space, and he picks up the first down. And we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. First play of the period, first down here. Single back formation, and they give it to it. Still on his feet at the 45. Might have a chance. He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense.
You could see this defense. They are back on their heels right now. This offense very much in a groove, in a rhythm. They've got to find something to disrupt this. Right now, they're doing what they want, when they want, how they want. This defense got to answer the bell.
Offense threatening, 1st and 10 from the 31. The keeper on the option. But nowhere to go. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
Really nice job by the defense shutting down all the options. Don't let him get into his reading phase. Go get him right now, play sound, and more importantly, tackle him and get him on the ground.
Well, will they dial up on second, and a long way to go. Rides to back and leaves it. Stuffed on back-to-back plays. He got nothing, and now they're looking at 3rd and long.
Linebackers in today's football, obviously, guys have gotten smaller. They got to play in space more, cover fast guys out on the perimeter. But how about this linebacker coming downhill and making a physical tackle in the hole?
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. Lets it fly deep downfield. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
Really nice 3rd down sub-defense there at that time. It's 3rd and long. They're expecting pass, and they're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback, now forcing the incompletion, setting up 4th.
And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. And it slips just inside that right upright. And that lead grows even bigger.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
Number 37, Set to advance on the football.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Hill. Slips through the line. Just barely able to stop him. He almost housed that, baby. The nice return there. That last line of coverage is the only thing that stopped him from scoring. Grabbed in the middle. It's Hill.
It's a nice job running the in route there by the receiver, and the best thing he did after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away. He actually attacked the football. That's a good lesson for young receivers out there watching.
And it's the Colonels in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Pulls it in. It's Chase. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Defense, what are we doing? How are you going to let that guy, one of the best receivers in the entire country, be wide open like that? You're just making it way too easy for the offense.
And they'll line up from the 31 on 1st down. They'll run it from the gun. Got enough for the 1st. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Really nice job to move the ball on the ground like that in the big game, but we will need to check on an injured player. The senior defensive tackle being looked at by medical personnel. Holly Rowe will keep us up to date on how he's doing. Right back to the well. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. They knock him down right there.
And so far early in this game, and you got to be impressed with this defense and the physicality and then stopping the run. You could tell it's a priority for this defense. They're up there. They're close to the line of scrimmage. The ground game right now not going, and the defense is dialed in on it.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Plucks it out of the air. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a 1st down. They didn't quite get that route run deep enough to pick up the 1st down. Now they've got a 4th and short.
And I think everybody at home tends to yell at their television set. Why aren't you getting past the 1st down marker? Why did you run your route short? Defense did a good job knowing where that was. But now, 4th down, offense has to make a decision.
Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Makes the catch. Terrific job getting to him. There was nowhere to go. I like this, taking the safe play, getting the positive gain, and seeing if you can build some momentum.
Well, and I think it's making the right play, Reese. That's where quarterbacks get in trouble sometimes when they get too aggressive and then they get behind the sticks a little bit. I see a lot of space, take advantage of it, get it to my running back, let him chew that up, and now it's easier on the next down.
Here's a little room there. Oh, he got loose. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a 1st down. Not much can impose your will on a defense like popping a big run.
Especially when they know you're going to run it, right? This offense right now is just more physical. They're more physical up front in the trenches. And this running back and his ability to break tackles, that is just so demoralizing for this defense.
He's got his man, makes the grab.
That quarterback has a hose. That dude could throw it to a car wash and not get it wet. Great job of putting that ball on a line to his wide receiver.
After the 9-yard completion, a wide-open playbook on 2nd and short. From the gun, the running back has it. Breaks into the open. This defense giving up ground as he's finally knocked down at the 26. An explosive play in the running game moves the sticks for the 1st down, but there is an injured player on the field. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Pocket breaking down. And down he goes. The defense bringing the heat. Well, this offense giveth, and then it turned around and giveth it back.
And I think a bunch of people are going to go, why don't they just turn around and hand the ball? I'm not going to hand the ball off every single play. I understand nice big play the play before, but listen, you got to mix it up. You got to keep them guessing, but you obviously want to have a little more success than sack.
So now on 2nd and long, you start to think just don't fall out of field goal range. The RPO, it's complete. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Love the play call on the RPO. That time the defender bites on the run fake, and that opens up the window for the slant coming in behind it. Nice job.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Under fire. Fires downfield. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Looks as if they'll send out the field goal unit. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Number 37, set to kick this one away.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Off the play fake on 1st down. Got it in the middle, it's Kelsey. They'll mark him down at the 40 after ripping off 10.
And man, guys, we talked about this guy coming into the game, right? He is good, and he can catch the football. He can make plays. That's his first target on the day. And I think the defense is just as surprised as we are, but the offense definitely got to get this guy more involved.
Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit.
Defense is all about creating negative plays, and he does a really good job at the quarterback spot of not taking sacks. Like, that's a great job. He wants to throw the football. The clock goes off. He takes off and gets a positive gain.
And now on 2nd down for this offense. Going downfield for the big play. Snags it on the right. They are finding soft spots in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
I know this isn't the start the offense wanted. They don't have any points so far in this game, but sometimes it just takes one explosive play to turn things around. And after that beautiful completion deep for the offense, that should give them a little confidence, a little momentum. They've now got us to be able to score points on this drive.
Works the middle. Now the offense wants to make sure everything's straightened out, and they call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half.
I'll tell you, man, I love quarterbacks that have arm talent, but that can throw it accurately at the same time, and you saw all of it on that in route.
There's a crease. He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific run.
Great job by the quarterback, the running back, and the offensive line, really selling pass. That's step 1. If you're going to run an effective draw, it's got to look like pass, and then boom, you sneak it right to the running back, gets a big gain, and gets a first down.
And it's the Colonels trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited.
You're not going to see that happen too often. The quarterback, man, he was licking his chops. He saw a big space in the middle of the field. He had his best receiver there ready to make a play, and he dropped it.
They'll give it another shot on 2nd and goal from the 4. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. And he will be he's sacked at the 6-yard line. Timeout taken by the offense as their second. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Gets the back moving. Wants to fire it in the end zone on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Colonel! Right on the money, and he makes the grab in the end zone.
And that's exactly what the offense needed right there. A touchdown here, and I know it's taken a while. They hadn't had a lot of success up until that moment. Late in the second quarter, they finally were able to punch one in the end zone, and that's going to give them some confidence now to take into the locker room here shortly at halftime, but they've got to play much better in the second half.
He'll try to tack on one more. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. They took it 71 yards down the field, and they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Picks up the first down. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. Now the offense wants to make sure everything's straightened out, and they call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Hauls it in. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. They're looking to throw on 2nd and short. Finds his big tight end. They bring him down, but not before he gets a first down at the 35. As we close in on halftime, a timeout is taken here. And with just a few seconds remaining here in the first half, they'll try to kick a field goal. He'll need to put some leg in this one, a 52-yard attempt and just the right finesse to get it in from the right. Never a doubt. And the field goal to end the half takes us to halftime. Halftime as both teams head into the locker room. We're looking forward to a terrific second half, but before that, let's check in with Kevin Connor.
Guys, looks like we've had a compelling start to things there in Pasadena. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. And with that, let's send it back to the guys in college football heaven, the Rose Bowl.
Just about set to get this second half underway. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So the Colonels' offense headed out to start this drive. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
Cranking up a drive like that can really get you going. It's first down from the 44. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
Buys a little time. Short gain on the play before he slides.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there. So instead of throwing it away, getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up.
And you thought maybe in this second half this offense could just find a rhythm, find something to take advantage of this defense, but the defense has really had their number, not putting up a lot of points, and again, an empty possession right there.
The accuracy is perfect, the loft, the aim, like the perfect golf shot.
Dude, how about that boom? I mean, you talk about power. That dude just booted that thing halfway across the field, completely flipping the field position and getting it down inside the 10. That is a nice job by that punter.
That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. He's got it again. Runs through the tackle. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative, and that's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their offense the football back?
From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on third down. Fires to the right. It's caught downfield. He goes out of bounds, couple of yards short of the 20. They'll mark it at the 18.
Well, after allowing a touchdown on the last drive, this offense has to be able to answer. And getting that third down here on the third play of this drive is a good step toward doing that. Nice job by the QB. Good rhythm. This offense now has got it going. They need to pay this thing off, but that was a big one, no question.
Pulls and fires complete. Makes the stop at the 33, but it's a 15-yard gain.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
The give to the running back from the shotgun. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
What a great play by the linebacker. Do you talk about filling a hole? Defensive line does their jobs. He comes in the hole and says, sit down, sir.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. They'll run it out of the shotgun. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Got it, looking for a first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
This is an offense that takes a lot of pride in their third down execution. They've done an outstanding job of that here in this drive. They've got the lead. We're in the third quarter. And they're thinking to themselves, we can ice this thing if we can score another touchdown. We can put so much pressure on the opponent if we keep converting these third.
Maybe a crease. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football, and you've got to just keep getting positive yards. You've got to keep the third downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, I got to get my feet set. Make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on, and I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
How aggressive might this play call be on 3rd and short from the 46? They'll try to move the chains on the ground. He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains. It's at the 37.
And that's got to be so frustrating for this defense. Man, he's already over 100 yards. Like, they're going to continue to feature him, especially on 3rd down. And so far, this defense, they can't find the answer. They can't get him to the ground. They've got to find something to slow this dude down.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him. And that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Pulls it on the option. Only able to pick up a yard. It'll be 3rd and 9.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense understanding, listen, that QB is a threat. And they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Heaves it on the run. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd down.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
So here comes the field goal unit again. This kicker has already made 3 in this one. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. No good. Could have stretched the lead out there, but guys, it's still sitting at 9.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man, just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss-make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
After the completion, we see there is a man down, and the clock will stop to check on him. That is their senior starting wide receiver who the training staff is looking at, and Holly Rowe will get us up to date on his condition. And it's the Colonels with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Caught in the backfield, it's Chase. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down.
Great job by the defense here rallying to this wide receiver and making the tackle. He is dangerous. They don't want to let this receiver get behind them, but they know that when he makes catches, they better rally quickly and get this guy on the ground. He is fast.
Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys into coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Back to pass. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
This offense really is putting themselves behind the 8 ball right now on this drive. Sack 1st down. You've just thrown an incompletion, so 3rd in California. Defense knows you're probably going to throw it. What can you dial up here?
And this offense just has to find a way to convert this 3rd down, or else they are really in trouble. From the gun, wants to pass. Can't make the catch on 3rd down, and the rarest of drops for this guy.
Well, after struggling so much in the first half, you thought they would have made some adjustments here at halftime to see if they can open up this passing game. But early on in the second half, they're just not really able to get that done. Incompletion on third down in your own end, you're expecting them to punt.
And it's the Colonels will try to pin them back with the punt. Gets it away, solid distance, but more importantly, trying to keep it away from that return man. This drive will open from the 15. They're going to run it to the right. They shut it down quickly, but he gets 2 out to the 18.
Well, we're not quite in the fourth quarter yet. We're almost there, but you're seeing the attitude shift now for this offense. They've got the lead, so they've got to be able to run the football. You're going to see a lot more of that, I think, as this game keeps going on. They're trying to wear this defense down when the game is almost over.
Trying to move them on the counter. Knocked down after picking up 5 out to the 24. Following that run, we have a player who is shaken up. We'll check on his status, but at the moment, we'll take a timeout. They missed a field goal on that last drive, but here on third down, they can't afford for this possession to come up empty. They'll go with a direct snap. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on third down. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. They bring the punter onto the field now. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Oh, look at this thing. They may need a flight attendant on that one. He'll field the punt and try to get some yardage. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. So the Colonels' offense headed out to start this drive. Rushes on him. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
And this is going to fall on the quarterback's shoulders here in the fourth quarter. You're trailing. It's a close game. You are going to have to complete some balls. You're going to have to make some big-time throws in small windows under duress if you're going to bring your team back and will them to victory. Incomplete there, obviously, but expect them to continue to throw it. This quarterback better dial in.
Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39.
Well, the defense wasn't expecting that. They had a lot of guys back into coverage. That was second and a lot of yards to go, and they got caught off guard. Not enough guys in the box to control that running back.
And it's the Colonels come to the line needing just inches for the first down. They'll try to run for it. So important to convert these third downs, and they get it done. They'll have it at the 42.
Well, the good news is you got the first down running it there on second and short, but the bad news is you're down by quite a bit here in the fourth quarter, and 2, 3, 4-yard gains aren't going to get it done. You've got to start chucking this thing vertically to get back in the game.
Looking to throw on first down. Catch in the middle. It's Lamb. Stopped at the 47-yard line, a 10-yard gain, and they'll move the markers.
This defense better not blink. I know they've got a lead here in the fourth quarter, but just look at who they're going against. This quarterback is one of the best in the nation. They cannot rest on their laurels. Someone's going to have to make a play.
And it's the Colonels. They're moving quickly down the field. The sure hands. It's Hill. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead, it's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw first downs. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
From the gun, the running back looking for room. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
Yeah, and this offense, listen, we're in warp speed, right? We got to score a bunch of points here. We're down, we're trailing. We got to go fast, but we also got to get first downs. And that's a nice job sneaking in the run, getting the first down, and now we crank the tempo back up.
And it's the Colonels back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep. Got a little grass. They get him corralled, but he carries it all the way down to the 7-yard line.
And this drive, this offense is really focused on physicality, man. Running the football, look at right here, right up the gut. Nice play, nice job just controlling the line of scrimmage, putting a drive together. This offense really doing a good job right now.
He'll pull it on the read. He just kept those big, powerful thighs churning, but he'll be knocked down at the 1.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football, that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
And he's in! Touchdown, Colonel! Precision blocking up front, created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Ready to try the point after. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. They took it 71 yards down the field, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. He'll return it. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. They'll go back to work on offense. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Makes the catch. Breaks a tackle, and he might go. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
I'll be honest, man. If I had the weapons these guys had offensively, I'd be staying aggressive too. It's what got them to this point. It's why they have the lead here in the fourth quarter. Take some shots when those opportunities present themselves.
They'll send the back in motion. To the air on first down. Buys a little time with his feet. And he gets it just beyond the line of scrimmage before he gets down.
Listen, that's not going to go down as a big play, but he does a really good job turning a negative play into something positive. It's not a big gain, but it keeps you out of those negative situations that really makes you very predictable.
Second down coming up. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. Tackled there by the defense.
Yeah, and there's a lot of pressure right now on this down if you're on offense because your last two plays have gone nowhere. You know the defense just needs to get the football back to give their team an opportunity to go win the game, so you're probably going to have to throw to get this first down. A lot of pressure here on the quarterback there.
Yeah, and how I throw, I think, is important. This is a time where I love moving my quarterback outside the pocket, making it an easy
pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
Nothing too exotic about that blitz right there. That's just the middle linebacker coming right up the middle of the field in the teeth of that offensive lineman. Nobody accounted for him, and he gets home.
The punt team makes its way onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Hauls it in and looking upfield. He gets it out to the 17, the cover unit right there to make the stop. So the Colonel's offense headed out to start this drive. This offense trying to keep the momentum going. They scored the last time they had it. The defense got it back for them, and now a chance to take the lead. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play.
And you've created some great momentum, getting the stop, forcing the punt, now getting it back to your offense. Your offense starting to get in a groove. Late in the game, you need some big plays.
You just wonder how much panic there is right now on the defensive side of the football, too, because of what you just said, David. They can feel and sense the momentum leaving them right now with the lead. So someone defensively better step up here soon and make a play.
Not a lot of room, but found his way ahead for two out to the 26.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
On 3rd and short, they'll go to the power running game. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
I love the play call by the offense here running the ball. The score is what it is right now. You don't have to panic. You don't have to throw it every single down. You don't have to go up tempo. Just run your stuff. Be balanced. Run the football. Make sure this defense stays honest.
Looking to throw on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
And a lot of times football, man, it's just about confidence and feeling good and getting in a rhythm. That's not what this offense has done all day. And now in a moment where you need it, you got to put it together. Where do they go? Like, who is their go-to guy? What is their go-to play? They've struggled all day, but you can erase all of that with one drive right here.
On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Man, what a really nice job by being disciplined by this defense. Like, understanding I'm trying to rush the passer, probably a passing situation type of a deal, but doing it with some discipline. They try to sneak the screen in. They were ready for it. Nice job by this defense.
Here's the pressure. And it's a sack.
3rd downs are so crucial, and the quarterbacks, you want them to be, elite with their functioning, be able to go through their progressions, get rid of the football, not take sacks. But they just took a sack. How about the individual effort by that defense, understanding 3rd down and getting to the quarterback?
It's a 1-score game late, and they've got to go for it on 4th down. Under fire. Outstanding tackle to keep him from getting the 1st down, and they'll get it back. Great place to start for this offense. Leaves it with the back. Give him a pickup of 2, now 2nd and 8. The defense uses a timeout. That's their first. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. They'll be perfectly content to go right back to the ground here on 2nd and 8. From the gun, running back gets to give. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. Trying to save time on defense, they use their 2nd timeout. And they'll still have 1 timeout left at their disposal. They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. Got his man on the right. That'll be a 1st down, and the last one they'll need as they're going to get the victory in this one. Wanting to stop the clock on defense, they use their 3rd and final timeout. And now they are powerless to stop the clock with a timeout. The quarterback takes a knee.